Conor versus Dustin 2 officially booked for 257. According to multiple sources speaking to MMA Fighting, both Conor and Poirier have agreed to terms for the upcoming card UFC 257 on January 23rd, 2021. Now, the most recent news before this was that the only person that's holding up this deal was Dustin, where his whole thing was that he wanted to get paid more, especially after Michael Chandler came in and was making significantly more than him. A lot of times that's just like something common in just in the business world, especially with acquisitions of employees, right? So usually the way that you can make more money is not necessarily staying at the same company. You go somewhere else, and they pay you more than what you were getting before, and that's what Michael Chandler kind of did. Compared to Dustin Poirier, who's been at UFC for so long, it's harder to gain more money. But it looks like either Dustin Poirier decided, hey, let's just make this fight, or they actually came to a deal. There isn't any specifics about that.
Yeah, I think also in the coming months we're gonna learn if it's for a title or not, right? But that's all depending on Khabib's vacating.
Yeah, but before that, actually, the card on December 12th, the main event was Nunes and Anderson that actually fell out. And one of the issues with booking McGregor versus Dustin earlier than January was that, hey, we don't necessarily want you to be the main event when we have title fights below you, right? Because UFC is kind of wishy-washy on how they have Conor with all these other stars.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, when you have champions on a fight card, champions are entitled in the contract to pay-per-view points. Mm-hmm. So what happens is, as a business, you don't want to give pay-per-view points to multiple people when it's going to probably be your bigger pay-per-view buy rates.
Yeah.
So if Conor's on there and you have Amanda Nunes as well, and you have another champion as well that is entitled to these pay-per-view points, the UFC at the end doesn't get that much.
I think also besides that fact too, we have to realize that with the new COVID vaccine, right? I think maybe there could be the potential for some fans in attendance, right, on the 23rd.
Yeah.
So I think that's
no,
also
but Dana's always said. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Dana always said that he doesn't want to do it he wants to do it at full capacity.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to do anything less than full capacity.
Mm-hmm.
So even if there was a vaccine, there's no time to give it to people and whatnot. So this is most likely going to be a empty arena fight again.
And the Fight Island contract is done, right?
Sorry?
Is the Fight Island contract done? Like, as in, like, they can't fight there anymore? Or...
No, they can go whenever. I don't know the exact terms of the contracts with Fight Island, but they have a good relationship, so I'm sure they can go. But regardless, it's an empty arena because of COVID reasons.
Yeah.
But finally, this fight has been booked. We'll see. You never know. Maybe more sources come out and say, "Hey, actually, Dustin didn't confirm."
You know, I'm surprised though, because I've been hearing the past few weeks that instead of Dustin, it was gonna be a Gaethje, right? But I guess not. I guess that was scrapped.
There's been rumors about multiple things where Dustin versus somebody else, or Conor versus Michael Chandler, who's calling Conor out to fight. But it looks like the fight is booked for January 23rd. There is a potential for December 12th. Conor's big on, when he first came back from before the Cerrone fight, he was claiming like, I want to do a season. I want to have multiple fights and keep up a momentum. Obviously, COVID and other politics came into play, but he is able to fight at this within this year, potentially.
I guess also another question is that where does Tony fit into this? Where does a Hooker fit into this, right? Because there's so many contenders now, and I guess it's made for the belt, right? So
first, I think the most important thing is let's get this fight scheduled officially. Let the UFC come out and make a fight poster and whatnot. See what Conor says. Maybe they push it to December, which I would prefer. Sooner the better. one last big card before the end of the year.
Yeah.
But we also have to wait and see if it's for the title, because I know Conor, once like news fully comes out, he's gonna say something about the title.
Because they're not making for the interim belt, or
it's not announced for interim belt as of right now.
Yeah.
But this is according from multiple sources speaking to MMA fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not official in terms of the UFC coming out, but it looks like both camps are confirming that, hey, we have a fight for January 23rd, but Conor prefers December because of the whole thing about fighting within the year, and of course a whole month means that you can potentially fight maybe again.
And before we wrap it up though, who do you think's who's gonna win this fight? Who's your pick?
I think Conor. I think Conor does it again.
Well, it's a rematch, right?
Dustin Poirier has come a long way. So he does have, he is much better than he was before.
Mm-hmm.
But the styles, the contrast, I think Conor still has the upper hand on him. Yeah. Unless Dustin makes it a big effort to implement his jiu-jitsu and trying to take it to the ground.
But even then, you can't undersell his opponent's jiu-jitsu either, you know? Like Conor, like even like against Khabib, you know? He had some pretty good takedown defense. So
yeah, but once you're on the ground, it's completely different than stopping somebody from taking you to the ground. So I think if you were just to make it a standing fight, I think Conor gets the better of him. Mm-hmm. His hands are quicker. He just has more tools in his box.
Yeah.
Nothing bad against Poirier's striking and his abilities. It's just his style is not that. Is not that great compared to what Conor provides, where it's a more countering, in and out, picking your shots, head kicks, body kicks, all that kind of stuff. Poirier is more. Sorry.
His left hand is a laser, so if it connects, it's a game. It's a good night, you know. So.
Yeah, Dustin is more of a come at you, very tight in the pocket puncher, right? He's more like a boxing-esque, but I would give the edge to Conor, but Dustin could absolutely beat him on the feet and on the ground, potentially.